Hello friends, it's Kelly, and today am here to share my November's collection obsession kit that I will be using. Last month I was only able to get three layouts done. The goal for this challenge is to try to get at least one a week, one layout a week done. So I'm going to try really hard. I do have a week off during the Thanksgiving holiday for school, so I should have a little extra time, but you know, life is just busy, and I'll just get as much done as I can and hopefully get to use up some of this beautiful collection that I chose for this month. And this is the Collector's Essentials Harvest Market from Simple Stories that I just recently hauled last week from, and this came from A Cherry on Top. So this is what is in the kit. There is, of course, there are 12 sheets of double-sided 12 by 12 cardstock pattern papers. There are these chipboard stickers. And I like these chipboard stickers because they have a very thin profile. I'm not a big fan of the real thick chipboard, but that I like. I'm working with these journal bits, and here's a close-up of what's inside. I love these little mason jar. It makes me wish that I was more of a cook, but I'm not. So I could do more like cookie kind of, recipe type layouts, but I'm not much of a cook. That's just the truth. And then it comes with the simple pages page pieces, and it just kind of gives you an idea of how to put together a quick page, which is super cute, but I will not use it for that. I just won't. And then I also have these foam stickers, and I like these foam stickers, but they're super thick. They have a pretty thick profile, even thicker than the chipboard. So that's all right. I'll find a use for them. And so that is what I'll be using. And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this and do a layout. This will be my first layout for this kit, so I'm kind of combining the introduction of the kit and the first layout process video all in one. But first, I can't find my pictures. Here they are. These are pictures that we took last Sunday at the pumpkin patch. I just think they're so cute. And I have a ton of them, so you'll be seeing several layouts from this one event, just because I put some in my albums, like the same kind, the same photos as I put in their albums. So sometimes I double up. Like if I love this photo, I'll create a layout for their scrapbook, oh my goodness, for their albums, and then I'll also create one for my own album. So that it works for me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fast forward, and I will see you at the end. Thanks for watching. Oh, very important before I go, I wanted to make sure that you know everybody's link who is participating in this challenge. They're all listed below in the description box, and I hope you'll go check everybody out, because everybody has some gorgeous kits for this month, and there are always tons of great ideas. Also, if you're not a part of the Crafty Low and No Spend Facebook group, I encourage you to. Scylla is the administrator over there, and she is also the one that came up with this idea for this challenge. So I will also link that Facebook group below. So, all right, I think I'm done talking. I think. All right, I'll see you here in a minute. Okay, so off camera, I went ahead and opened all the packages because I just find it easier just to have everything available and ready to go once I get in a groove and start scrapbooking. And then I'm going through all of the pattern papers and just kind of trying to familiarize myself with what's in this. This is actually the first time I'd opened this package, so you're seeing it for the first time with me. So I even took off all the chipboard off the board that it comes in. I punched it all out and added those to my little tray there. And I finally decided on these two pattern papers for the base of my layout. And one of them is just this orange check pattern, and then this multicolored orange and green pumpkin pattern, different colors of shades of orange. So I'm going to remove the center from that orange kind of grid paper and go ahead and adhere this down. And then I decide I want to bend back one of the corners, which you'll see me do here in a minute. And I always decide these things after the fact, so I had already adhered this down, and I thought, oh, I wanted to pull back a corner and back it with some paper. So I land on this yellow, kind of mustardy yellow polka dot paper and decide that is what I will back it with. And I end up cutting, you'll see here in a minute, a 5x5 square. And then I just, on my trimmer, turn that to a diagonal and cut it from corner to corner to create a triangle. And I actually cut it a little bigger than I wanted to. It didn't end up being a problem other than I had less room on the layout for my photos, which I struggled with a little bit, but it was fine. It just was a temporary, it was a temporary struggle. So I went ahead and just added the other side of that yellow and white polka dot to cover where I had gutted the pattern paper so that wouldn't show, which wasn't my original intent, but that's just how it worked out. So I want this fold to have a little bit of lift, so I went ahead and added some foam adhesive to the back of it. And then I want to bring in some of that teal green color to the rest of the layout. And so I just back these photos with this multicolored leaf pattern paper. But the base of it is that teal green, and I like the little peak of it around the edges of the photo there. So I'm distressing the edges. I had already distressed around the rest of my layout, but I hadn't done that corner yet, so I did that real quick. And here I am testing out titles for this, which I don't love that pumpkin patch title, but I kind of wanted to use it because we're at the pumpkin patch and I had it, but I just couldn't get it to work. It's just a little big for the room that I have left on this page. And I've cut this part out just because I didn't feel like it was really necessary, but I had backed those photos on some off-white cardstock, and then I laid it against the layout, and I just didn't like the way it looked with the rest of it because all the other pieces are outlined in just stark white. So I just decided not to add another mat around my photos, period. So So I'm going through some of the ephemera and some of the chipboard, trying to find things to layer behind my little fold there at the top left-hand corner. And again, just kind of trying to acquaint myself with what all is in this page kit or collection. So I settle on the floral. There weren't very many florals in this collection, and the ones that were in there were pretty small. So I just cut the one floral piece that I had that was just a cardstock die cut. I just cut it in half and just to make it stretch a little bit further. And then I decide on this little wheelbarrow full of pumpkins. So cute, and it has like a little banner across the wheelbarrow. That's a cute little detail, I thought. Just decided to add that on the flap of the fold. And then I had this cute little scarecrow piece, and I thought about putting him up there in the fold, like tucking him in, but then I found he looked really cute on the side of the photo here, so that's where he stays. And I also add the banner piece to the bottom. You'll see that ends up staying there as well too. Just trying to build this cluster up a little bit more. I'm adding some of the small fall leaves behind some elements just to add a little bit of interest and a little bit of just interest, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. So I'm adding my title is Hello Pumpkin Season, and that is down there at the bottom. So next to the little scarecrow. So I'm adding a little bit more foam adhesive so this fold is more level all the way across, because I had originally just added one little piece. So there was another little chipboard piece of that was a floral cluster, and I added that also behind the fold. And I don't have a whole lot of journaling for this. I think the photos tell the story, but I did want to add where we were and the date, or at least the year. So I add that little journaling bit up there at the top, and then one little sticker and a word strip that says pumpkin patch, and then the one that's in my hand right now says pick your own pumpkins, because that's where we were. The kids got to go walk through the pumpkin patch and choose their own pumpkins. And just a few more little finishing touches, which are the tiny little leaves that I'm adding to each of the clusters. And one more, and I think that is it. Oh, I'm adding my journaling on camera. I don't usually add the journaling on the camera, but I did here because it was short and sweet. So here are some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to go check out all the other ladies. Have a great day, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Bye-bye.